From train delays to parking disasters. Welcome to the dark side of UK football grounds. In this video, we're counting down 20 UK stadiums that are a nightmare to get to. We're talking about confusing road layouts, public transport black holes, stadiums hidden in retail parks, and grounds dumped miles from civilization. Let's dive into the video, starting with stadium number 20, the Kassam Stadium. Oxford is famous for its university, not its football transport planning. The Kassam Stadium sits on the edge of town near a leisure park, surrounded by fast food joints, car dealerships, and empty fields. There is no nearby train station, no trams, barely any buses. Fans arriving by rail have to trek 40 minutes from Oxford Station through uninspiring suburbs. 19. Priestfield Stadium. Priestfield is one of the oldest stadiums in the Football League, but it feels stuck in the 1990s. Nestled in the heart of a dense residential area, it's only reachable via the slow and unreliable Southeastern Rail line. Once off the train, it's a bleak walk through tight streets and rundown shops. Driving's not much better, narrow roads and no proper signage. 18. The New Den. Opened in 1993, this stadium was one of the first all-seater stadiums built after the Taylor Report. It's just a few miles from central London, but don't let that fool you. South Bermondsey Station is a lonely platform with poor connections. On match days, police sometimes guide away fans down a segregated walkway, which feels more like a prison yard than a football welcome. Driving is even worse. 17. Sixfield Stadium. Built in 1994, Sixfield sits awkwardly between a retail park and the countryside. The biggest problem? It's miles from the train station. Public transport is sparse, and the walk, about 40 minutes, takes you past industrial estates, underpasses, and livestock fields. For drivers, the surrounding A-roads are jammed with weekend shoppers, and the car parks fill up fast. 16. Broadfield Stadium. Welcome to the Round Stadium. Broadfield is wedged between the A23 and Crawley's endless ring roads. Driving here means battling retail park traffic, while public transport is weak. Crawley Station is a long walk away, and buses don't run often enough to cope with matchday demand. The stadium itself is a low-budget design from 1997. While clean and functional, it lacks soul. 14. Moor Lane. Salford City's rapid rise to League Two status brought much-needed upgrades to tiny Moor Lane, now known as the Peninsula Stadium. But location-wise, it's a transport puzzle. No tram stop, no nearby train station. It's buses or nothing. And even then, the options are patchy. Most fans end up walking through endless red brick housing estates, past schools and side streets. 13. Highbury Stadium. On paper, the stadium has charm. Close to the sea, compact, and atmospheric. In practice, it's a nightmare to reach. First, you take a train to Blackpool, then switch to a tram. Yes, an actual tram, and ride it north to Fleetwood. After that, it's a walk across town to find the stadium tucked between houses and back roads. 12. London Stadium. Built for the 2012 Olympics, the London Stadium was never meant for football, and it shows. West Ham United moved in reluctantly in 2016, and fans have been moaning about it ever since. To get there, you'll need a cocktail of transport options: tube, overground, DLR, and likely a sprint through the vast Olympic Park. On the way out, prepare for shoulder-to-shoulder crowds and 40-minute platform queues. 11. Riverside Stadium, Middlesbrough. Once hailed as a modern marvel of the mid-90s, the Riverside sits awkwardly on the edge of the River Tees in an industrial no-man's land. Today, the surroundings still resemble a post-apocalyptic scene: vacant lots, half-demolished factories, and endless gray skies. The nearest train station, Middlesbrough, is about a 15-minute walk away through an uninspiring concrete route, and on match days, it gets chaotic. 10. Tough Sheet Community Stadium, Bolton Wanderers. Originally called the Reebok Stadium, and now sporting the UK's most unfortunate naming rights, this spaceship-like ground was built in 1997 in Middlebrook, a shopping complex off the M61. It looks sleek from afar, but try getting there by public transport, and it's a slog. The nearest station, Horwich Parkway, technically serves the stadium but has infrequent services, especially on evenings or weekends. 9. Keepmoat Stadium. Now known as the Eco Power Stadium, Doncaster Rovers ground is the definition of isolated. Built in 2006 on the edge of a lake near an industrial estate, it's miles from the town center. No train station nearby, and only a sparse shuttle service from Doncaster's main station on match days. If you're on foot, the walk is long and depressing, across open fields, roundabouts, and dual carriageways. 8. Select Car Leasing Stadium. Opened in 1998 and originally called the Medeski, Reading's home feels like it was dropped into a business park with no real thought. Located on the southern edge of town, near Junction 11 of the M4, traffic from London clogs up for miles on match days. There's no train station nearby. Reading main station is a good 3 miles away. 7. The Hive Stadium. Technically in London, but practically in no man's land. The Hive Stadium sits between Cannons Park and Queensbury Tube stations, but it's a 20-minute walk through parks, residential roads, and confusing detours. Opened in 2013 as Barnett's escape route from Underhill, the ground still lacks identity. It feels more like a training facility than a home stadium. 6. Adams Park. This is famous for its scenic views and its transport horror show. Tucked away at the bottom of a valley in an industrial estate, it's a dead-end road nightmare. On match days, traffic snarls up quickly. Buses get caught in the gridlock. Fans are often forced to walk a long uphill slog through woodland paths or business parks. There's limited on-site parking, and surrounding areas are off-limits. 5. Spotland Stadium. Tucked away in the back streets of Rochdale, Spotland has all the hallmarks of a lost-in-time ground. Built in 1920, it's home to Rochdale AFC and occasionally rugby league side Rochdale Hornets. The closest station is over 2 miles away, and signage? Virtually non-existent. Even locals get lost trying to explain the way in. The road layout is narrow, suburban, and not meant for matchday footfall. 4. Glanford Park. This stadium was Britain's first new purpose-built football stadium in decades when it opened in 1988. But innovation didn't mean location sense. It's stranded on the edge of an industrial estate off the M181. There's no train station within walking distance, and the buses? You'd be lucky to catch one every hour. The stadium itself is compact, boxy, and eerily symmetrical, giving off a Lego set vibe. 3. New Meadow. Shrewsbury's New Meadow is modern in age but primitive in placement. Built in 2007 to replace the much-loved Game Meadow, it sits on the far southern fringe of town, boxed in by fields and one measly road. There's no train station anywhere nearby. Most fans rely on buses, but they're inconsistent at best. Driving? You'll queue up along the A5112. 2. Wham Stadium. Who are they? May have been a joke once, but for fans actually trying to reach Accrington Stanley's Wham Stadium, it's a genuine question. The club's home, rebuilt in parts over recent years, is high on heart but low on access. The nearest train station is Accrington, but it's a 20-plus minute uphill walk through back streets. The final stretch is a confusing maze of residential roads and dead ends. 1. Wetherby Road. Harrogate Town's Wetherby Road ground, now branded the Envirovent Stadium, is charming but incredibly remote. The town itself isn't well connected, and the stadium sits on a B road that looks like a country lane. Harrogate train station is a solid 30-minute walk away, with minimal signage or direction. Buses? Maybe one every hour. Parking is near impossible unless you fancy paying for a space at the nearby hospital. And there you have it, 20 of the most frustrating, confusing, and downright ridiculous stadiums to travel to in the UK. Some of these grounds might have history, charm, or top-tier football, but none of that helps when you're stranded at a train station with no bus in sight. Drop a comment, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more.